Hi everyone, my name is Sandra. I am a life coach, and this is video number 8 in my Personal Growth 101 series, where I come on once a week to talk about basic concepts in the personal growth world for those of you who are just beginning your journey. And for the past couple of weeks, I've been talking about the process of intentional manifestation. I identified 3 steps as I understand them to be, which are number 1, asking, number 2, having faith or believing that what you are trying to manifest is already yours, and number 3, which is the topic of today's video, taking inspired action towards your goal. If you missed the other videos in this series, just go to PG 101 in my IGTV and you will see them there. So what's the difference between inspired action and uninspired action? So just to clarify, action is whatever you're doing to get that goal, right? To make that goal a reality. And you are either taking action from an inspired place or you're taking it from an uninspired place. So what is uninspired? Uninspired is when you are taking action towards your goal because you're just trying to figure out how to get there, right? So you're just doing stuff. You're just doing a lot of stuff. You're doing a lot of stuff that you think you should be doing. People are telling you to do it. This is how this person did it, so this is the way I'm going to do it. That is uninspired action. You feel heavy when you're doing it. You feel kind of uncertain when you're doing it, like, let's just see if this works. Inspired action is the opposite of that. Inspired action is when you are taking action from a place of inspiration. You are being called or inspired to take this action. What does that look like? Well, it's happened to all of us. We are taking a walk, we're doing the dishes, we're in the shower, and all of a sudden we get an idea from out of nowhere, or an inkling, or a feeling that we should either call someone or do something or go somewhere, right? That is your intuition. That is your higher self telling you exactly what to do. What is your next step? Now, this is a little challenging because we are in a society that honors hustle, right? We are in a society that honors do, go, go. And so the idea that I'm going to wait for inspiration in order to act is a little nerve-wracking, especially if you are that type of person. So it's going to take a little bit of time, but I promise you that if you practice listening to your intuition, if you practice becoming aware of how you feel when you're taking the action, you will soon see the difference and feel the difference between inspired action and uninspired action. You are going to feel it, and it's going to be familiar to you, and you're going to be like, oh, this is what that feels like. So taking inspired action has changed the way I do things, because I used to just like figure out what everyone else was doing to get there. Tony Robbins says success leaves clues, and that is for sure true. That's why, I read all the books. That's why I follow all the people that are inspiring, that are already doing it. Why? Because success leaves clues. And so why reinvent the wheel? However, your journey is very personal to you as well. And so although your journey might look and have similarities to another person's journey, it's still your journey and it's unique to you. So however you get there, it's going to look different from how someone else gets there. So if, for example, you're looking to find your mate, right? I'm going to use that as an example. An example of uninspired action is this. You are an introvert, you don't like going out to bars, you don't drink, and your friends call you up and say, listen, we're going to happy hour. We really want you to go. We know that you're looking for a mate. Why don't you come with us? It'll be a lot of fun. And you feel heavy when you think about it. As you consider the invitation, you feel heavy. You're like, I don't want to go to a bar, and I have to deal with all these drunk people, and I don't even drink, and you go anyway because you feel like you should be going because you want to meet someone. And how are you going to meet someone if you don't go out? But that is an example of uninspired action. You're doing it because you feel like you should be doing it. versus inspired action, which looks like this. You're at the office, you're talking to someone at the water cooler, and you hear someone talking about a book club and about a book that they are going to read because the book club, that's the book that they're going to read. And you've been wanting to read this book for a long time. You just haven't gotten your hands on it. You haven't found the time, but you've been thinking about it and you want to read the book. That is taking inspired action. You're going to the book club. You're going to ask the woman that's talking about the book club. You're going to ask about it. You're going to get invited to the book club, and you're going to say yes because you feel like this is something that aligns with you, not only, but also you feel inspired to do, right? And these are subtle invitations to inspired actions. You have to pay attention, right? One of the things that I do is to ask myself as I'm taking the action, how do I feel taking this action? Am I excited about it? Or do I feel like I dread it? That's really easy to answer. If you feel like you dread taking this action, then it's probably not in alignment with your higher source, and it's probably not going to be inspired action. Inspired action you can be doing for 12 hours and you are not feeling like it's a burden, you're not dreading it, you're excited to do it, and so you do it for 12 hours. So that's where I would start. If you've never heard of taking inspired action versus uninspired action, and you are trying to manifest something in your life, I suggest that while you're taking the action, you ask yourself, how do I feel about this? And become aware of what's happening in your body when you're doing the action and how you feel about it. Also, when you get these ideas and they come out of nowhere, guys, that's your higher source talking to you. That's your intuition. Follow it and see where it takes you. So that is the culmination of my manifestation process. I'm so excited to have shared it with you. Thank you for joining me on these 4 videos around the manifestation process. I'm not sure what I'm going to be talking about next week, but it's not going to be about the manifestation process. If you guys have any questions about it, please feel free to DM me and do your own research, look into it. Start getting curious about the manifestation process and do a little experiment where you try to manifest something really small. It's really important that you start small if your belief is not strong. So you can show yourself that it works, and then you can manifest bigger things. But as always, I will be here next week, and I will be talking about another basic concept in the personal growth world. Until then, have a great week.